What's up, you guys? It's me, Traveling Sister. Peace and light to all of you. I am coming back with another Q&A video. So I want to thank you guys so much for reaching out to my emails, to my Instagram, even leaving comments underneath the video, asking me questions just like I asked you guys to, because for one, it helps me have content and it helps you guys get answers to the questions that you may have. If you hear a lot of background noise, my door's open, so you know it's gonna be cars, people talking. There's a bar beneath me, so if you hear people yelling and screaming, it's Saturday. So yeah. And another thing, I am in the home stretch of my pregnancy, y'all. 3 weeks left. Okay, so if I get winded, if you hear me do all that, then that's why. You're just gonna have to bear with me. All right. So without further ado, I just want to jump right in to the Q&A section. Yeah, so I'm going to be looking down at my phone, as you guys know, just to reference some stuff and read the questions that you guys have. So, oh yeah, another thing, I do read all of you guys' emails. And like I said, I will try to get back to you individually, but sometimes it can get overwhelming. And I do get a lot of repeat questions. So if I don't answer you back right away, it's not that I'm ignoring you or, you know, I feel like I don't want to talk to anybody. It's just, you know, I don't want to make videos with like the same content over and over and over again. Like, it's a waste of y'all's time and mine, to be completely honest. So, okay. All right, so I was asked a couple of times about a natural alkaline water source in Tanzania. Do they have them? Now, I've heard that Tanzania does have a few natural alkaline water sources. I have yet to find exactly where they are. I'm going to be based in Arusha. I've been primarily based in Arusha, Dar es Salaam, and bits and pieces of Zanzibar. But I haven't known any natural alkaline water sources. I do know of Lake Diluti, that's in Arusha, and I don't know if it's alkaline, but I do know that it naturally has spirulina, which I think is pretty cool, and I believe I showed that in one of my previous videos. But yes, that's all I really know, and I will be on the hunt for that when I go back, because I drink alkaline water. I mean, and alkaline has just exponential health benefits, like to, you know, have an alkaline rich diet and stuff like that. It's really good for you. So that is something that I'm going to be keeping my eye out for. Okay. All right. So pay taxes on investments and pension. Okay. So I had a brother to email me about a week ago asking me if, like, how it would work if he's trying to retire to Tanzania. Will he have to pay taxes on his pension and his investments back stateside? And I honestly don't feel like I have the right knowledge to answer that question. I know that when you're still considered a resident of the United States, but you're living elsewhere or whatever, that you will still have to pay taxes, because that is one thing I inquired about. But I don't know about pension or retirement funds, because I don't I'm not retired yet, so I can't really answer that question for you. So paying taxes, yes, I do believe that if you're still an American citizen, an American passport holder, that you will have to pay taxes on whatever pension or retirement fund, IRA, whatever that you receive, you know, the pension that you receive from that. I'm not a tax expert. I'm not by any means knowledgeable about a lot of this stuff, but I did inquire to my bank before I left the first time back in 2016. I did inquire to my bank about, you know, if that would apply to me, and they said yes, as long as you're an American citizen, you will have to pay taxes on the things that you pay taxes for already. So that's that. in short, how did you grow? How did you evolve? Did you become more centered? Now, I did a quite lengthy description about this in one of my other videos, and I understand it was, you know, the late night ramble that I did, the story time, and it was all over the place. It was kind of like my story from here, from there, da, 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 and I kind of went into it. But to give you a more clear and concise answer, I did grow very much. I grew so much from living in Tanzania. I became more patient. Like anytime that you're put in an environment that is not one that you're used to, you're going to develop some type of patience, because naturally it's something, like I said, it's something that you're not used to, and you have to learn the culture. You're learning the language, you're learning the customs, you're learning how the people move, and that requires patience. You know what I'm saying? It requires a lot of patience, and it requires dedication. So I've learned to be patient. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that, like I said in one of my other videos, it's not that I have to be patient with the people because they're, you know, this, that, and the third. Like, I feel like I have to be patient with myself, because I get frustrated sometimes because I might not pick up, you know, certain things, or I might not understand certain things. But more so, I feel like, God bless them, like the people of Tanzania have to be patient with me, because I'm still learning kidogo, little by little. And you know, I'm putting forth effort, and people really appreciate that. The Tanzanian people, or anywhere you go, really, the locals really appreciate when they see you putting forth effort to learn their language, to learn their customs, to learn how they cook and stuff like that. Because, you know, oftentimes people come to these different countries as either expats or just on vacation, and they're just kind of reluctant to learn about the culture. They just want to be in touristy areas, and they don't really want to dive into the real local lifestyle, the real nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do that. So people really appreciate when they see you putting forth that effort, okay? So patience, that's the first thing. The second thing that kind of blossomed out of my move to Tanzania was more self-awareness, okay? Self-awareness in the sense that I dove into myself, and I was more observational of my moves, of my mindset, of what I radiated outward towards people. Because, and I attribute that to the slower pace of life that's there, which I feel like is closer to the natural pace of how things are supposed to be. Personally, that's just me. And I was, with that slower pace of life, I was able to just calm down, sit and smell the flowers, and really observe myself without all these exterior distractions and, you know, all this internal mental stuff going on. I was able to just slow down, you know, and really get a sense of who I was, because like I said, the move to Tanzania was not necessarily, it wasn't only just for outside adventure and safaris and, you know, all this cool stuff. It was really a spiritual journey for me. It was really to learn more so about myself, learn about African history as a whole, traditions and different things. And do I feel more centered? Yeah, it took a while. I'm gonna be straight up. It took a while for me to really feel centered, or really grounded. That's what I'm gonna say. When I moved to Tanzania, I didn't know the language. I didn't know anybody when I stepped off the plane. So heck yeah, it was an adjustment, you know what I'm saying? And I've traveled quite a bit, like through the Navy and through my own personal journeys. I think collectively I have about 20 different countries and counting, but still through all those countries I've been to, like, it's gonna take a while to adjust anywhere you are, like, period. Even in the countries that are more westernized or Americanized or European, whatever you want to call it, like, it still takes a minute to adjust. There's still a period of adjustment. So yeah, I did walk away from it feeling centered because I put myself in new situations. I was able to, once I was able to get truly comfortable, I started attracting the people into my life that I needed. You know what I'm saying? Because I really am a strong advocate of like your vibe attracts your tribe. Like if you are surrounded by crappy people, then maybe you need to analyze your own energy and what you're giving out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's always your fault because, you know, situationally, I'm not talking about the child that's born into poverty or a person who, you know what I'm saying, is born into a situation where the mother is a drug addict or anything like that. I'm talking about when you get grown and when you are of age to understand self-awareness and to practice self-awareness. So yes, your vibe attracts your tribe. And once I got balanced out, once I started learning how to move, and once I started learning little words here and there of Swahili, like and feeling comfortable moving throughout the streets by myself with people, you know, once I learned more about the culture, I swear, I've met such hardy people. You know what I'm saying? I've met such good people in Tanzania. So yes, once I felt centered, and like I said, that took a while. But yeah. How do you cope with being non-religious in a very religious society? So this is a big one. As many of you know, I am not a religious person. I consider myself to be spiritual or whatever, but I guess I feel like that's kind of overused too. Conscious, that's overused. I have a relationship with myself, with the universe. You know, I'm not really about to go into my spirituality because this channel is not about my spirituality. My spirituality is not up for debate. And yeah, and I'm gonna slide this one in there real quick since this is kind of the topic. I appreciate you guys who comment and email me about, I'm worried about your soul, sister. You need to come back to Christ, come back to the church, whoop, whoop, whoop. That's none of your concern, okay? I'm very happy with where I am spiritually. I've never been happier, to be completely honest, and I know exactly who I am, and I appreciate it if you stay out of my inbox trying to convert me, okay? I respect all of you guys' spirituality, and if it works for you, then I say go with it 100%, but once I know something, it's no turn. Once I know the truth, it's no turning back for me. I can't revert, you know, whatever. But how do I cope with being a very spiritual or a non-religious person in a very religious society? It can be difficult, all right? And I had to learn this, not the hard way, but I had to learn this slowly. Because a very typical question when you first meet someone and you're having, you know, a conversation and stuff, they ask you in Tanzania, like, what religion are you? Because a lot of people are Christian and a lot of people are Muslim, okay? There's some religions that are, you know, in between, like some indigenous religions and, you know, other religions like that, but the bulk of people are Muslim or Christian. And I've never been one to hide who I am from anyone. So I would just say, oh, I'm not religious, you know? And I get like, you're not religious. So what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand, like, that I don't practice any type of religion. You know, I do believe that there is a God. I don't believe in God in the biblical sense by any far stretch of imagination, or, you know, I don't believe in structured, organized religions. So people will say, oh, you're atheist. No, I'm not atheist. Oh, you're agnostic. No, I'm not agnostic either. I don't believe in titles. I don't believe that my spirituality can be summed up or put in a box. You know, I don't believe that you could, like, if I tell somebody I'm atheist and they just go on Google and be like, okay, so that means you believe in X, Y, and Z. No, I don't need you to tell me what I believe in, you know? So basically, how I cope with that, when some people ask me, oh, what religion are you? I tell them simply, which is not a lie, I grew up Christian. And that's it. I grew up in a Christian household. Because for real, I don't feel like explaining myself every single time. Like, oh, I'm not religious. What does that mean? So you don't believe in God? Yeah, I believe in God. So you aren't really, I don't feel like going through that whole thing every time. You know what I'm saying? So to avoid that, I just say I grew up Christian, you know? And I've had people ask me if I was a witch, you know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing. In Tanzania, witchcraft is very, very, very frowned upon. I don't practice witchcraft or anything, but we in Western society, I believe, have a very different view of witchcraft. Or I don't know. I don't really want to get into that either, but it's very different. But yeah, I've had people ask me if I was a witch before because of my tattoos and stuff like that, because people out there don't typically have tattoos. I do know of like one or two people, one of which is a tattoo artist. He has like 2 full sleeves and like neck tats, like more than me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just cope by saying, you know, I grew up Christian, and if I really vibe with you and if we're really having an open conversation, and you know what I'm saying, I feel like you're one of the people who would be perceptive and open-minded to, you know, hear what I actually have to say about my spirituality, then I go on and tell people that no, I'm not religious in XYZ, you know. That's if we're having a conversation about it. So is there a strong African American expat group in Tanzania? Now, I can probably count on one hand how many African American, Black American, whatever you identify with, expats I've met in Tanzania. I've met one person who was a tourist. No, 3 people who were tourists, a husband and wife, and a girl who was just traveling. Was she traveling or was she in school? I think she was in school, actually. But I haven't seen very many of us out there. I was on the Dollar one day, and I was just talking to Freddie, my fiance, and this guy tapped me on the shoulder and was like, hey, where are you from? And I was like, where are you from? I'm from America. I'm American. And he was like, oh, no way. Like, and so we started talking, and we exchanged numbers, and you know what I'm saying? We had to connect. You got to connect. When you go to a place that there's not that many Black American people, and you see somebody, it's like, it's automatic, like, yo, brother, what's up? You gotta connect with him, you know? So we exchanged numbers and all that, and he was actually out there. He married a Tanzanian woman. They opened a store. He was trying to get his own business off the ground as well. So I was like, right on, yo, right on, like, more power to you, okay? But I don't believe it's as strong as it could be. I'm trying to get people to come out, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show the beauty, show y'all that it's really dope out there and you can have a great life. I do know of Mama Charlotte O'Neill, and Pete O'Neill, who are out there. I've met Mama C. I do know Jackie Robinson's son is out there. He has a coffee farm, actually a coffee collective, that I thought was so dope. Like, and honestly, I didn't know that before I came out to Tanzania. And one of my beautiful subscribers is the one who told me about it. And I'm like, how did I miss this? Like, Jackie Robinson's son moved out there, I believe, in the mid-70s. I'm not sure, you might have to look up his story. But basically, he came out there and he moved into a rural area, and he noticed that there's coffee farms around him, and Tanzanian people are trying to make a way of life, but they weren't really making a lot of money off of it. So he decided to band all the people together and also get a coffee farm started himself and organize something where they could export it to different countries and make money like that. And that's just a short synopsis. I don't know all the 100% facts. You should definitely look them up though. I think that's so dope. And when I get back, hopefully end of June, beginning of July. I want to reach out to him and, you know, look that up and see what that's about. Oh my God, a wasp is about to come in here. So if I freak out, that's why. Okay, but anyways, yeah, other than that, I don't know of too many African Americans that are out there. There's my homeboy Kareem, but that's about it. You know, it's only a few of us strong. All right, a few of us strong. But yeah, what would you ship from the States? Possibly a flat screen TV. So this, I'm so parched. Oh my God. This could be a tricky one. Because me personally, it's gonna differ from what you would probably ship, because different things make me comfortable, just like different things will make you comfortable. Like I said in one of my previous videos, if you are, you know, a natural person who is kind of a product junkie, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna want to have your hair products, you know, find them on eBay or find them in a store that ships internationally, because there isn't a lot of hair products for like hair junkies out there. Because you could, like I said, you could go in Target here, you could go in the beauty supply stores, you could go online, whatever, and just find so many natural hair care products. Like, it's overwhelming sometimes. Like, I've literally spent an hour in Ulta just like, where do I even go from it? Like, what, this is paraben free, this is that, this is that, this is curl defining, this is curl custard, this is that, you know what I'm saying? It can be overwhelming. In Tanzania, very simple. Simple natural oils, simple natural conditioners, moisturizers, and stuff like that. So if you are a product junkie, then you might want to have that shipped. Flat screen TVs, like electronics and stuff, that depends, okay? They have a lot. They have quite a bit of flat screen TVs because it is in fairly close proximity to China, and a lot of things, as you know, are made in China, you know? So, and Tanzania is right on the coast, so it's really no problem getting electronics, getting TVs. Now, if you have a MacBook, like I do, which I should probably get a cord before I go, because my cord is literally one plug-in away from death. But like chargers and stuff like that for MacBooks, not so prominent out there. Even for Apple phones, like, or for iPhones, a lot of people use Androids. So you might want to either bring stuff like that with you in your suitcase or get it online. There are very few stores like Sprinkles here and there that might carry some stuff like that, but I wouldn't count on it. Most of them are catered to PCs, like, you know, HPs or Dells or, you know, stuff like that, and Android phones. They do have really good TVs out there though. All types of brands. I've seen Samsung, I've seen, you know, Sony and stuff like that. Now, if you have a TV that you just really love, that you're really attached to, that you want to get it shipped out, then by all means, pay that $150, pay that $200, $300 to get your TV shipped over there. That's not what I would be doing. You can buy a TV out there, and they're about the same prices. It's no real big price difference like nowadays. I remember when flat screens first came out, okay? And, ooh, she's moving. Like, they would be minimum $2,000, like, but now you can get a 50-inch for like, I don't know, I've seen it for like $400, $500, probably even less. And they're about the same price in Tanzania, so you won't be saving too much money if you buy one over there as opposed to get one over here. what else would you ship? Things that you absolutely need and love. Like I told y'all that story about the tahine, how I came up out of them coins for that shipping price. Like I paid $30 in total for like a bottle of tahine. That's this big, but your girl needed it, okay? I really needed that for my watermelons and for my mango. So, yeah, you're gonna pay if you order stuff on eBay, if you order stuff online that's not in close proximity to Tanzania, you're gonna pay those prices. Yeah, something interesting, going back to like the skin and hair products, I have not seen like shea butter out there, and maybe I'm not looking hard enough, but I really believe that they have shea butter more so in West Africa. They have a lot of different oils and stuff in Tanzania. I'm pretty sure Kenya has shea butter too. I haven't been to Kenya yet, but yeah, I haven't seen shea butter like, you know, in the tubs that they come in here, either the yellow or the white. And I found out, interesting fact, that I found out that the yellow shea butter that we get isn't really pure, raw, unrefined shea butter. That shea butter that's yellow is actually mixed with is it palm oil? Palm kernel oil? One of those palm something oils, and that's what gives it its yellow color. It's a fun fact. I don't know how true it is. I don't make this stuff, but yeah, I haven't seen too much of that out there. So what I think I want to do, because I don't know where to find it, I think I'm just gonna order like a 5-pound like block of it, you know what I'm saying, because that's gonna last me. I had one of those and I swear it lasts me like 1.5 years, yo. Like, and this is using it every day on my skin. And I used to make soap, so it kind of like, you know, I don't know, it lasted. But yeah, so things like that, things that you absolutely need to have, like certain foods, like I told y'all about my hot Cheeto situation. I needed that, okay? I needed some hot Cheetos, so I had 2 of my friends bring me some when they came out. Like when they came out to visit. It was awesome. But yeah, that's nothing I would really order, because I haven't even eaten those, you know, since I've been back, really, maybe once. But yeah, it's just order things that you absolutely need, and things that are going to make you a little comfortable. Okay, so one thing that I did order on Amazon is, like, I don't know if you guys know what command hooks are, but they're basically these hooks, right? These little hooks that you can put on your wall. It's an adhesive that you can stick up there to hang your towel on, to hang your washcloth, to hang whatever on. And I love those things, okay? You could hang, like I said, your towel, your washcloth. You could put them in the kitchen. You could put your little oven mitts and stuff up there. And it's really little simple things like that that make transitions easier. Like, for real. And it sounds corny or sounds stupid, whatever. But when you're used to having just little tiny things that make your life easier, you know, when you're at home, and you get somewhere and you're like, where do I hang my washcloth? Because honestly, a lot of bathrooms in Tanzania aren't built with the shower racks. You know what I'm saying? Not the shower racks, but the little rack where you hang your washcloth. You know, I've only seen them in a couple. So guess what? When I go back home to Tanzania, I'm gonna stick those in my shower so I can have somewhere to hang my freaking washcloth. And you know, I'm gonna put the hooks on the back of the door. Just little stuff, okay? And I haven't seen them in too many stores in Tanzania, so I ordered it on Amazon. Oh yeah, and another thing, Amazon does not ship to Tanzania, which really sucks, because like, even here in the States, I live off of some Amazon, y'all. Yeah, they do ship to like South Africa and a couple other countries on the African continent, but Tanzania is not one of them. They may ship to Kenya, but I'm not sure either. So your best friend will probably be eBay, or you know, just another website that delivers internationally. But if you can fit it in your suitcase when you come, I would suggest you try to do that, or you will be dishing out those coins to pay the shipping, you know. And or, you know, you can get whatever you are longing for. You can get it made, learn how to make it, or go without, you know. Those are the prices you have to pay when adjusting to a new country, when relocating to a new country and stuff like that. You're not going to have everything that you want or need. This was a really good question about security. Like, yes, this was in a comment. They were saying, like, yes, there's petty crime, like petty theft, but how do you really keep people from robbing you? You know what I'm saying? Because you're a rich American in their eyes, which is, you know, is true. A lot of people sometimes look at you like, oh, she's American, so she has money, or they're foreign. Just any foreigner, really. Like, they got money, you know, obviously, because they're able to travel all the way over here. You must got something. You ain't just out here willy in the wind, you know what I'm saying? You're out here for a reason. You brought yourself out here, so you must have money, so you can become a target. I don't know. It's a really good question. I don't really have an answer for that besides exercise your common sense, exercise, you know what I'm saying, watch your back at all times. Don't just be out here like with your phone out. And I've seen expats do this. Like, they'll be at the bar and just flip open, like, you know what I'm saying, their wallet, and be like with the money and just being stupid. You know, you can't make yourself a target. When you're in public, try not to be like, I don't know. The main thing I would have to say is try to blend in with the culture. If you go out to just like a regular place where people aren't all fancy and people aren't, you know, being flamboyant or flashy, don't wear your gold watch everywhere. Don't wear your fresh Air Max everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you don't want to look like an outsider. If you really want to blend in with the culture and not make yourself an outsider, you have to try to blend in. You can't, you know, you have to try to learn the culture, and you know, that helps make yourself less of a target. And excuse me, I hate to say it, but it's unavoidable sometimes. Like, people are going to know as soon as you open your mouth that you are not from there. Even if you learn Kiswahili and you're damn good at it, you get them words and da 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 da, you know what I'm saying, you get to speaking it, you're gonna have a different accent, you know, and sometimes it's unavoidable, but you just watch your back and you don't be a pushover. You know what I'm saying? When, like, especially like if you're at a market and you just seen somebody pay 2,000 T shilling for, you know, 2 kilograms of tomatoes, and then you walk up and ask for 2 kilograms of tomatoes and they try to charge you 5, you walk away. Or you be like, yo, I just saw him pay 2,000 T shilling for that. Why are you trying to charge me 5? You know what I'm saying? Stand your ground on a lot of stuff. But like I said, sometimes it's unavoidable because you are an expat and you are in somebody else's land. Okay? So, that's all the questions that I got for right now. Please keep them emails coming. I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say. I'm really excited to get your questions. And like I said, I'll try to knock it out ASAP. I'll try to, you know, make the videos. But I am in the home stretch of my pregnancy, 3 more weeks, which I'm really excited about. You know, I get to hold my baby girl in my arms and see her face, see her smile. You know, I just feel like she's gonna look like Freddie. I don't know. I do. I feel like she's gonna look a lot like him. But I'm excited to meet my baby girl, and that's just, you know, less time that I have to be, you know, here. And I'm gonna go back to Tanzania, which I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. I miss Tanzania so bad. You have no idea. I've been yearning to return since October, and it is now April. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, keep the questions coming. I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. I do see all your comments, and thank you for all the love. Actually, thank you for the people who have emailed me, not necessarily with questions, but just like with love, like saying congratulations, saying, you know, just giving good vibes and good energy to me. Like, it's so well received, and I'm giving it right back to you. You know what I'm saying? I love each and every one of y'all. I love y'all. And thank you so much. That's all I got for you. Peace, peace.